Women in America are extremely dangerous to men because of the way that our society is set up. It gives them all of the privileges with no accountability. There's this video going around, it's going viral, of this woman who was going to be the Bachelorette on the Bachelorette show. Well, come to find out, she had gotten in trouble for domestic violence, which just so happened to actually be recorded. The video shows her beating up on her boyfriend, throwing stools at him, at one point possibly hitting her child with one of the stools at the same time. She turned herself in and served no jail time. No jail time. And I have mentioned previously in one of my videos before that the amount of jail time that women serve compared to men is like 60%. So if a man commits a crime, woman commits the same crime, she will only spend 60% of the amount of time that a man would. After this video went viral, of course, you go into the comments and women are sitting there being like, well, did she have to do it? What did he do? You know, she probably had no choice. Da 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 da. That's usually the automatic response for when women are violent. It's, well, what did the other person do? Men never get the benefit of the doubt, period. And the benefit of the doubt that this woman got was absolutely insane because she was actually featured in a show that actually had her domestic violence footage played at the beginning of the show as part of the theme or whatever. And then she gets to have the opportunity to go on The Bachelorette. And mind you, she's like in her 30s and has 2 kids, by the way. It took that video for The Bachelorette to cancel the show. No, not the fact that she's like average looking or that she has kids. No. We saw this video and now maybe we should do something. Imagine if the video never came out. That man, he would be seen as the suspect. And that's what I'm saying about women being dangerous in our gynocentric society that caters to women. Because almost always, immediately, it will be looked at as, what did the man do if the woman is found committing a crime against a man? And even if he did nothing, there's a chance he can go to jail. Many states actually have ridiculous domestic violence statutes that say it doesn't matter who started it, you're both going to jail. So imagine getting beat up by your girlfriend. You've been like this the whole time. She's beating up on you. The cops pull up and say, sorry, we got to take you both. And in all the other states that don't have that rule, they just take the man. So no matter what, it's a lose-lose situation for a man. The classic, obvious one, family courts. Family courts actually already have the bias built in that mothers are the better parent. So men who go into family court, it's guilty until proven innocent every single time. I actually was in foster care as a kid, and my mom literally gave me up. She gave up on me and was like, well, I'm not going to be good for my son, so let him be with his father. What's insane is, for one, my mom was right for doing that because she didn't want to change. But that didn't matter because the courts, they would have still put me with her despite her addictions and other problems. Like, women are dangerous. One of my favorite personal stories of blatant female privilege, which I think many men have experienced, was when my ex cheated on me. Now, when a woman cheats on a man, it's always the man's fault. Same idea with the domestic violence situation, where it's like, well, what did he do? I get cheated on, and her entire family treated me like I had just murdered somebody. They treated me like I was the scum of the earth, to the point where her brother was getting buck with me and trying to push me around, even though I'm the one who just major got my heart broken, got cheated on by this person who I thought I could trust. Turns out her entire family just turns on me. She cheated though. I'm the one who had to move out, potentially could have been homeless, you know? That type of stuff happens all the time. You know, if a guy's being treated like garbage and leaves his girl, well, he's a bad guy though. Why'd you break up with her like that? Oh, you're an asshole. Why did you say it that way? What did you do? You know, you get tone policed and whatever, even though you were the victim. Men are not victims. Society does not see men as victims. No matter what happens to us, it's like, well, you better deal with it. Well, it's probably your fault. And even if it's not your fault, it's your fault because you're a man. One more other story I had. My dad and I had an old family friend. She's this old lady. She said, hey, I want to move to Florida. I want to be with my family. I live in this mobile home. I will make a deal with you that if you take me down to my family in Florida, I'll give you the mobile home. Now, granted, I knew it sounded crazy. It sounded too good to be true. But my dad wanted to have his own place. You can't blame him. Like, someone offers you that, yeah. Well, turns out it was a scam, a total scam. She decided that she was never going to actually leave, even though we were ready. We were prepared to take her. No, she didn't want to leave, and she proceeded to make our lives hell, waking us up in the mornings with loud TV. One summer just didn't shower, stunk like death, just rotting. Sitting in the living room. She lived in the living room. So my dad and I were stuck in our little corners 24/7. And we started getting pissed and frustrated. And what happens? She gets all these restraining orders put on us. Easily puts restraining orders on us. Puts cameras all up inside the apartment. Gets me and my dad kicked out multiple times because she's scared. By this point, the mobile home is in our name. She has signed it over to us. But yet, we're the ones getting kicked out. We're the ones getting restraining orders. We're the ones getting accused of heinous shit. I mean, this person accused me of some terrible stuff that I couldn't even imagine doing to some nasty ass old lady. And after all of this civil unrest, we all lost though. We lost the mobile home. She lost the mobile home. But the point of the story is that the whole time she was seen as this innocent little old victim, even though she scammed the crap out of us and decided, I'm not going to leave. I'm going to make these guys' lives a living hell until who knows what the end goal was. It's just humiliating that we have to find women as men in a society that will cater to them in every single situation, and that men have to risk their entire lives, their peace, their well-being, their money, their reputation, everything. Men have to risk everything when dealing with women, whether it's relationships, whether it's family, whether it's the workplace shit, whether it's a McDonald's and you're taking an order from a woman. They're dangerous. They could ruin your life immediately without a single scrutiny of what they've done and what kind of person they are. It's always afforded to women that they are the victim. It sucks because, everyone says, you're an incel. Like, you can't have these conversations, dude. You can't bring up any of this without, you're an incel. Look, he's balding. Look, he's ugly. Look, his teeth. Look, is this. Look at him. Just look at him. He's not allowed to have these opinions. Just look at him. How would he know? You know? But it's like, this is real life that we're dealing with here as men in this society who actually do like women. I would love to have a woman. My idea of having a woman in a marriage and a house and all that is so outdated and impossible. I feel like a clown even trying to admit what I want, because why? I'm gonna risk my life. 20 years married, and then she says we grew apart, and now she gets half of my barely of anything. 30 years, like, marriage to me just sounds like waiting to get divorced. I've met more divorced people than I've married people, and I've been all across at least the state. I guess my point of this video is to say you must not be so desperate that you're finding yourself in situations where your life could get ruined. We just have to be careful as much as we possibly can. I know it sounds insane, but if as a man you can avoid as much interaction with women as possible, at this point it's kind of the best bet. But also, life is about risk, and men love risk. Hey, women are risky. That's the point of this video. That's what I'm saying. Women are risky. So if you want to take the risk, go get it understanding what the risks are. If not, just stay back. Build yourself up, my boy. Because life is too short to put yourself in harm's way.